The next person, should I say what you love, or is that giving away the prop in your hand?
I don't mind.
Cool, right. Bio says she loves Star Wars, Marvel, and Lord of the Rings. Great combo. She wants to be a civil engineer or a physicist in the future. Dislikes spiders. Recurring theme here. She's from Wydeen School. And her name is Maya Hall.
Wow, there's a lot of you, but how did you get here today? Now, given the opportunity to answer, many of you would have said you walked, you took your car, or you came in the bus. None of you would have said you came in this, the Millennium Falcon, the perfect example of a VTOL, vertical takeoff and landing engine. And this particular model, I do not suggest turning up to school in. But perhaps something not from a galaxy so far, far away. Something that could be home-based, charged renewably, and get you to school in less than 5 minutes. Crazy, right? But is this an idea that's really out there? And if so, what would we have to do to accomplish this? Now, the vertical takeoff and landing engine has been part of the Harrier family since 1967. And obviously, like most things, vast improvements have been made since then, including its efficiency and obviously its size. So could it be the future of our transport? Well, to answer this question, we must first address the workings and principles of VTOL and what it could actually mean for our future. Cars. Your average car has 4 wheels and is powered by the combustion of either petrol or diesel. We found fault with cars, they're huge polluters. According to the Environmental Protection Agency, in 2017, 28% of our CO2 emissions came from our cars and transport. Could this figure be reduced or even stopped by the introduction of a VTOL into everyday life? Well, the truth is, VTOL engines are no angels themselves and are big polluters. The lift fans run off jet engines which use up lots of jet fuel with each flight. But the lift fans provide large amounts of thrust, meaning the engine has no points of contact whilst in motion, giving it one major advantage over cars: no points of contact. Because a recent study done by oceanographers and marine biologists have found that along with microbeads, one of the biggest polluters in our oceans today are tyre shavings. They wear away from our tyres when we drive along our roads and are slowly washed into our oceans. But this brings me on to yet another problem we encounter with our cars: our roads. Everyone whilst driving along would have gone pothole, which when you're sat in the passenger seat isn't a good sound to hear. So could VTOL solve the problems we encounter with roads? And if they didn't have to fly on our roads, where would they fly? And the government in its current state, would they want them to fly? And more importantly, would you, the people, want them to fly? These are all questions that would have to be addressed by future generations if VTOL was actually going to be used in the future. Because currently, we're killing our planet by driving to Tesco. To finish today, I'd like to leave you with a thinking point. If you were given the opportunity, would you choose to drive a Ford or the Falcon? Thank you very much for listening.
Wow, that was great. Really interesting. Really made me think, because I really liked how you drew it about carbon emissions in the environment, but maybe because I'm just a lot older, I can't imagine just taking off and then
like Back to the
swinging
Future.
out and then landing in Barnwood here. So, on the basis of what you've researched, how practical and how long do you think it would take before we're literally taking off?
Well, obviously the new engine has just been developed down in Bristol, so it's been used in the F-35 Lightning B too. So that's been developed more, and I believe that there would have to be more research done into how we use these engines in the future. But I think if we did proper research, develop them to be eco-friendly, to be kinder to our environment than our cars currently are, I think it would be a great opportunity to use them. I think they'd be great.
And so you spoke about the tyres leaving a kind of plastic problem on the roads. is it just now a kind of trade-off that just now a vertical takeoff engine would be less plastic but more carbon? Is that the kind of balancing act that
So
we need to?
in Australia, they've worked on a new hydrocarbon fuel, which to produce it's no carbon emissions, so it's completely eco-friendly. To burn it, it produces chemicals, which is actually good. So I think, like I said earlier, it's good to develop something that would be kinder to our environment. And I think it's important to develop them correctly, so to be less carbon dangerous than our cars are. So yeah, I think that you should develop them carbon neutral and friendly.
Wow, so much extra knowledge. Give it up for Maya.